Now let's just test to see how everybody's doing today. When I say donate, you say life. Donate. Donate. Come on now. Come on now. Let's try it again. Give a championship effort. When I say donate, you say life. Donate. Donate. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chaparral cheerleaders. Give them one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to now turn it over to begin the program. And once again, my name is Ryan Harris, 10-year veteran of the NFL, champion of Super Bowl 50 with your Denver Broncos, but more importantly, a part of your community as my father has been a recipient of 2 kidneys. And if you are a recipient of an organ, eye, or tissue donation, please make some noise. And if you are a donor family, please make some noise. Just incredible. I love coming here every year, being a part of our community. And for those who have made the tough choice and made an amazing decision to save lives, thank you for all the donor families. Let's give a round of applause for the donor families, ladies and gentlemen, everybody. Well, next I'd like to introduce our rock star MC, who just had his second baby, by the way. His first day at CBS Colorado was at the White House covering the Broncos as we celebrated Super Bowl 50. During his career, he has covered everything from the Super Bowl to NBA Finals to the Stanley Cup Final where our Avalanche brought the cup home. During this rock star's career, he's been a huge supporter of Donor Alliance. As you heard earlier, he trained his 3-year-old to get ready for the diaper dash. He is committed, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome my dear friend and rock star broadcaster, the evening anchor for CBS Colorado, Michael Spencer.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Super Bowl 50 champ Ryan Harris. 25 years of Donor Dash. That is absolutely incredible. What an amazing milestone, and thank you all for being here as we celebrate 25 years. The very first Donor Dash was all the way back in the year 2000. Just to give you an idea of how long ago that was, we found out that the world didn't end with Y2K, although we got a little bit of taste of Y2K on Friday. Britney Spears released her second album, Oops, I Did It Again, and we were all playing the game Snake on our retro mobile phones, which, to be honest, I still miss to this day. But 2000 also kicked off the very first Donor Dash, and over the last 25 years, Donor Dash has proven to be more than just a 5K. It is one of the most meaningful events in Colorado. It's a way for our Rocky Mountain community to come together to honor, celebrate, and recognize those touched by organ donation and transplantation. If you would, please turn your attention to one of the 2 video monitors to watch the evolution of Donor Dash over the last 25 years.
We all gathered out front on an icy, slick road and took off down through the ice to Coors Field.
It's been 25 years of honoring those who have given the gift of life. 25 years of celebrating alongside transplant recipients, and 25 years of recognizing those who continue to wait for a life-saving and healing transplant.
We came in and there was a whole crowd of us. It was cold, January 1st, 2000. We were still alive, all the computers didn't crash. That's the Y2K first Donor Dash.
Since that chilly day in January 2000, Dave Legg hasn't stopped lacing up his shoes.
That was a good one. I like that one too. It looked like the license plate.
25 years later, nearly 5,000 people participate in Donor Dash each year.
You know, it's such a great event. I will do it for the rest of my life. That's how much it means to me.
Each step reflects the community and Donor Alliance's commitment to raising awareness about organ and tissue donation for transplantation.
Because I'm a facilities manager at Donor Alliance and I get to take care of our building and our staff, it's really an opportunity for me to be able to connect at a different level with participants and other volunteers.
Over the last 25 years, Donor Dash has become one of Colorado's most meaningful 5K events and has brought together more than 65,000 participants, each with their own story to tell.
Well, the team shirt was kind of designed by my daughter. She couldn't resist the white board in my office, so she drew the mascot from her sorority, and it was a turtle. And she put underneath, "You need to stick your neck out for a friend." It was not too long after that when she was killed.
Each Donor Dash, teams continue to grow in solidarity.
My first year, my team had 3 people, and then we evolved by about 2010 into a team with around 150. I've still got a core of good participants that show up every year.
The Memorial Garden also grows with every Donor Dash.
When you go to the Memorial Garden, there are so many pictures there. When I started out, it wasn't that big. When you see how it's grown and you think of how many lives saved, nobody could help but be touched by that.
During a worldwide pandemic, Donor Dash remained resilient.
I think that year actually meant even more.
Participants continued to honor, celebrate, and recognize together, even though we were apart. While Donor Dash may have not looked the same during those years, the meaning behind it remained palpable.
It meant a lot that I was able to run with my family around my neighborhood and that we were still able to support, the cause and to feel that we were alive.
Throughout the years, volunteers have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make Donor Dash possible.
I don't know how to express the gratitude that I have. In many ways, Donor Dash is one of the ways that I can express that by running alongside and being alongside people who have received a similar gift.
Over the years, Donor Dash has evolved into a community.
Watching it grow from the Y2K to where it's at now, it's just really been exciting to see the participation with the community growing like it has.
Colorful ribbons now illustrate our connection to each other. The dashboard now helps us see the stories that weave us on this journey. Together, we are all part of the donation and transplantation community.
It's just a constant reminder that I have a lot of support. Jill was my only child, so it's good to have that much support.
For the people that are here for the first time, I hope they're having an amazing experience. And for the people that have been with us for 25 years, thank you for being here and making it special all along the way. I look forward to enjoying this day with each and every one of you.
We saw a little bit of it in the video, but my first Donor Dash, my first time hosting this event was in 2020, and it was in the height of COVID, and there were 10 of us outside the Donor Alliance offices in Lowry, and we were talking into a video camera. We really didn't know how many people were watching, and we didn't know what the future of this event was going to be. And here we are in 2024, and look at this. It's just absolutely unbelievable, and it's all because of you and because of your support to the Donor Alliance and to this event and to the people who have been touched by donation and transplantation. So thank you. Thank you very much for being a part of this event today. Nearly 5,000 people from all over the country are participating in the 25th Donor Dash. Most are here today in person, and some are dashing virtually and joining live through K4CO, who are helping broadcast this event throughout the country. Today we have 203 teams. Each team has their own story that personifies honoring, celebrating, and recognizing the family and friends touched by donation. Both Colorado and Wyoming governors signed proclamations naming our state Donate Life Communities, confirming their commitment to saving and healing lives. So thank you to both governors and thank you to both states for your support of this event. And we have a new Donate Life Community program which utilizes grassroots efforts to educate and inspire communities about our mission. So again, thank you for being a part of that. We want to also give a special shout out to Team Aurora. Where's Team Aurora? Okay, I hear a couple cheers for Team Aurora. Team Aurora, the first city in Colorado and the second city in the country to be a Donate Life community with 25 participants on their team today. So thank you to Team Aurora for being here. And thank you to the Consulate of Guatemala, also creating a team to dash for the first time. So this is an international event, if you will. I'd like to also recognize a few groups who've gone above and beyond to show their support for the mission this year, with the largest corporate and community teams who demonstrate how we continue to be Rocky Mountain strong. When you hear your group's name, please let us know where you are. I want to start with our large corporate teams in third place. How about the team from Advent Health? 101 team members today. Shout out to Advent Health for their support. Our second largest corporate team, our other elite level sponsor, recruited 114 team members. Congratulations to Presbyterian St. Luke's Transplant Center, team 100% organic. I see what you did there. Way to go. And our largest corporate team, our presenting sponsor, UC Health, with 125 team members. Shout out to UC Health for their support. Thank you guys for all that you do. For our community teams in third place, they are always atop the leaderboard, it feels like. Where's Kinsey's Kindness? Kinsey's Kindness with 67 team members. Absolutely awesome. Thank you, Kinsey's Kindness, and all that you do to support Donor Alliance and the Donor Dash. In second place, put your hands together for Team Licensed to Heal, our DMV partners, with 75 participants today. And with 77 team members, this group fielded the largest community team and the 6th largest team overall. How about a big congratulations to Lil Boo Crew? Yeah, there they are. They were sitting up front waiting for that moment. I absolutely love that. Shout out to team captain, heart recipient, and advocate for life volunteer, Andrea Ogg. Thank you, Andrea, for all that you do to support the Donor Dash. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you again for being here as we celebrate 25 years of Donor Dash. You'll also see the theme weaved throughout this entire event. A big shout out to Dave Legg, the liver recipient who was featured in the video. His collection of every Donor Dash t-shirt over the last 25 years is on display in the shade tent behind you. Make sure you check that out, and thanks to Dave for putting that together for us. That's really awesome. Also, if you haven't yet, Ryan Harris is still roaming around with his video crew. He's interviewing people. If you want to be a part of the video that we're going to put together to remember the 25th anniversary of the Donor Dash, please make sure you see Ryan. He's a wonderful, wonderful dude. Give him a few minutes of your time and make sure you tell him your story as to why you're here today and who you are dashing for. Now, if you would, please help me welcome to the stage a woman who is one of the most passionate people about organ transplantation, donation, and the mission of saving lives and healing lives through organ and tissue donation. She is a member of a donor family and a recipient family member as well. She knows firsthand the gift of life. Please help me welcome to the stage the Donor Alliance CEO, Jennifer Prince.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you to all of you for being here today. I do want to point out Michael and his wife, his 4-week-old baby, his entire family are over here to my right. Round of applause for Michael for making it here for our event today. Thank you very much. Really thrilled to see you here, and thank you for helping us celebrate. It's been fantastic to see all of you, and I am truly quite humbled to be here with you today to celebrate our 25th anniversary and to stand as president and CEO for Donor Alliance. Team Donor Alliance have the gray shirts on. They have the 25th anniversary. Most of them are over here on the left, but they're scattered about today. If you get a chance to see them, give them an extra round of applause for all the fantastic work that they do. Together, we have been able to evolve into a community for donation and transplantation, emphasizing our collective commitment to being Rocky Mountain Strong. And you're going to hear a lot about Rocky Mountain Strong over the next couple of minutes from me. I appreciate all that you have done to help us achieve this Rocky Mountain Strong concept. On behalf of the Donor Alliance staff, all of our volunteers, many of whom are here today making this special event happen, our board of directors, who many are here today, I want to express a huge thank you to the nearly 65,000 people who have made 25 years of the Donor Dash possible. And pause for a round of applause for all of you here today and all that have made that possible. Thank you very much. So we have some unique classes of time periods that are with us here today. And I'm curious of those of you that are out in the crowd, and I'm going to ask you to start to take a few steps forward, too, as we closer to the stage, if you can, as we get to know each other a little bit. For those of you that are here for your first Donor Dash, can you give me a shout out? First Donor Dash, how many? Okay, fantastic. How many of you have been here maybe 2 to 10 times with us? Okay, excellent. And how many of you have been here over 10 times with Donor Alliance? Okay, great. Thank you to all of you for all the different times that you've been here. I also want to give a special thank you again to our presenting sponsor, UC Health, who's been our presenting sponsor for 18 of those 25 years. Thank you, UC Health. To our Advent Health partners and Presbyterian St. Luke's, thank you for also being a sponsor for our event. Without our transplant center partners, we cannot make this event happen. Thank you to all three of you. Our transplant centers are truly at the core of being able to make our mission happen for Donor Alliance. Throughout our 25-year history of this event, we have been able to come together to honor our heroic donors and our families, to honor those who have been able to give the gift of life. We're able to celebrate alongside those recipients who have been able to receive life-saving and life-enhancing transplants. And yet we are able to recognize and hold hope for those of you who continue to wait. And we are so very clear that our work is never done until there is no longer a wait list. One of the places that I start my day is in the Memorial Garden, and I see it as one of the most special places of this event. And I'm hoping that if you haven't had a chance to be there today, that before you leave, and it's down here to my right, that you are able to take a moment and go down to the Memorial Garden and recognize the 230 heroic organ donors and tissue donors and donors that are down there that are represented by special signs within that garden. When I'm able to start the day down there and see the people who have given the gift of life and ground us in this event so that we're able to celebrate their lives and recognize our recipients, it touches my heart, and I have no doubt that it will touch yours, so please do stop by there today. As you were able to dash today, I hope you were moved by the signs along the race course. You were able to be inspired by those who have received the gift of life, and you were able to see the stories of the living donors that were able to give the gift of life. And hopefully you were also able to recognize that there are nearly 1,300 people who are still waiting in our area, and over 100,000 people who are waiting across the country for a life-saving gift. We also can recognize the nearly tens of thousands of people who have had their lives healed by life-saving and enhancing tissue grafts throughout our area and across the country. And this all leads me to have the honor of introducing two very important people to you to be able to share two extraordinary stories. And I have the opportunity to invite Tracy and Allison to the stage right now to share their stories with you, and you're going to learn a little bit more about them. So please, again, come forward toward the stage so you can learn a little bit more about what they have to share. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Tracy, and I am the proud mother of a donor, my little boy, Colin. Thank you. I'm a little short. In 2002, we lost Colin in a car accident. We had to have him flight for life down to Children's Hospital. When we got there, they said that he probably was not going to survive. So, going into mom mode, which I'm sure you all know what that is, I said, all right, replace the car seat, get them there. Where are the kids right now? Let's do this. And by the way, if you save my baby if you can, but if you can't, please, I would like him to be a donor. I never thought about it for my kids. I talked about it with my husband and I, and at the time, I didn't even think about that. I just did it. Then I had my breakdown, threw my phone, cried. Then I got up and went and spent the last remaining hours with my son. So I went back home and started to, put my life back together. And everyone, especially the children, really, really wanted to know about the donation. And I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, okay, sure. And we don't know anything about it yet, but we'll keep you in touch. So as time went on, 2004, 2 years after our accident, Donor Alliance was kind enough to send us to the transplant games, my whole family. And I tell you what, being with a whole 10,000 people who are happy to be alive every day makes a difference. It was wonderful. The donors think about us every day. I did not know that. It was just something I did. So after that, we kind of started reaching out to our donors, or, they started reaching out to us. Colin's one kidney went to a gentleman in Iowa, and he has 3 children. His other kidney went to a woman in Iowa that has 3 children. And she's from my husband's hometown in Iowa. So go figure. Then everybody wanted to know, because we donated his liver to a 20-month-old baby in Kansas City. Everybody wanted to know. They kept asking him, like, I don't know. So I finally got a letter from the mother. It was so kind, and it was just heartfelt. Took a little while, wrote back, and found out, waiting to get a letter back. Easter morning, my father-in-law, who is in Missouri, opens a newspaper. On the front page, he sees a little 6-year-old boy going like this, smiling, catching a baseball. And he's like, they're having a memorial service or a tree thing at the hospital that he and my mother-in-law volunteer at. They say, this little boy is named Jacob. He needed a new liver. The only thing they know about his donor is he's from Colorado. And he was in a car accident. And his name was Colin. So we found him by a newspaper. And they had passed each other in the halls. His mother worked at that hospital. So they'd been passing each other in the halls for years. It's a very, very small community, I'm coming to find out. So when we went to the transplant games, we went to our first donor dash, which long time ago. Then we kind of took a break, and then we started getting our team together. As you can see, we did all of these. My mother made this great quilt for us to kind of honor them. And we have a wonderful team, and our initials are for people that we've lost on the team that have been donors. So there were a lot of decisions to make when my son died, a lot. And I just, did I do the right thing? What happened? One thing I never second-guessed was donation. That was what ended up being the most important. So, and I forgot to introduce Colin's father and 2 brothers. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Allison Vogel, and I am dashing today for my son, Tanner Denton. Thank you for joining me this morning. What a great turnout. We lost Tanner almost 8 years ago. The anniversary of his passing is next month. He passed away at the age of 23 in an auto accident. My son was probably one of the most kind, genuine, caring, loving people. He made me very, very proud. He had a very big heart for the houseless, for animals, for people with disabilities, but he was also very passionate about organ, eye, and tissue donation. Tanner made his wishes very clear to us a few months before his passing when we were on a family vacation, actually our last family vacation together. He talked about how he was registered as an organ, eye, and tissue donor and how important it was that our family was aware of his wishes. Seemingly serendipitous, he passed away in a manner that enabled him to be a donor. And I'm actually here dashing today with one of his kidney recipients, and it is just amazing to be able to walk beside him and his wife. Tanner was able to donate both of his kidneys, both of his corneas, but his huge gift was in his tissue donation. They say you can enhance up to 75 lives with the gift of your tissue. Tanner actually enhanced the lives of 118 people with his gift of tissue. There were 111 bone grafts, 5 vein transplants, and 2 heart valve donations that came from that. Seemingly enough, my son's favorite number, he was very, very passionate about baseball. He was a coach and a mentor after he was done playing, and his number was 11. So to see that 111 bone graft donations is a sign to me. Shortly after his passing, we received a letter from one of his tissue graft recipients, who was a young man that was unable to play sports. Because of Tanner's donation, he was once again able to play the game of baseball. That is just so heartfelt to me because Tanner had such a love for the game. So that being said, tissue donation is important, but one of the beautiful things about it is that you're never too old to be a registered tissue donor. So some people, when they talk about organ, eye, and tissue donation, they'll say, I'm too old to be a donor. You're never too old to be a donor. So here we all are today. Thank you for joining us and for being a part of this amazing event. I travel over from Grand Junction, Colorado every year with my family to participate, and it's the one thing I look forward to every year. Thank you.
You know, I love hearing those stories, and it's just a really good reminder of why we're here today and the impact that today's event and that the Donor Alliance makes, not just today, but really all year round. This year's event also holds special significance for Thomas Williams. Thomas was born in Colorado Springs. He and his family have now moved to Tennessee, but they came back today to participate in the Donor Dash. If you would, please turn your attention to the screens and we'll learn a little bit more about why.
My name is Thomas Williams, and I am a heart transplant recipient. I was born with a defected heart. I wasn't well. I needed a heart transplant.
It was like a ton of bricks really fell on our shoulders. I remember the nurse coming in and telling us that something just wasn't right with his heart. I just remember feeling overwhelmed, heartbroken, just not knowing what to do. He went on the transplant list when he was 3 months old, and he was just 3 days shy of 6 months old when he got his heart. He felt good. His body was working well, his heart was functioning well, and he was just ready to go. And I remember the doctor saying, I'm really happy he feels good, but he's really gotta calm down because he needs to heal.
I did truly live a normal childhood, normal life, playing baseball, playing video games, doing things kids would normally do.
Seeing him 25 years later, knowing that he almost didn't make it to his first birthday is probably the most amazing feeling in the world. It's this year that they happened to find a video of us at the first Donor Dash that we had gone to when Thomas was about 2.5, 3 years old.
My name is Gigi Williams. This is my son, Thomas Williams, and we're from Colorado Springs, Colorado. We're here because Thomas received a heart transplant.
I just remember the hugs from the donor families because they wanted to hug us recipient families and just be able to see somebody like Thomas that is thriving and doing really well.
I was just happy I got to be there and be a part of the event and to understand, you know, years growing up after going to Donor Dash, the magnitude of how important it was that I got to carry on.
I can look back over 25 years and just smile because I got to take him to school. I got to watch him find a love for baseball. I got to enjoy high school graduation. His senior year of high school, he was the only one that signed to play college baseball.
Now I have a job that I thoroughly enjoy. I get to travel the country, get to see a lot of really cool sights, some national parks, try good foods, just trying to pretty much live the American dream and be able to do the things I like with the people I love.
To our donor family, whoever they are, and to all donor families, just thank you. Thank you doesn't seem like it's ever enough, but it is the one thing that we have to say to them is just thank you for your gift. All donor families, they've just suffered something I can't begin to understand, but I hope they know that how thankful we are as recipient families, and ultimately you're giving another family the most incredible gift they could ever give somebody. And the Donor Dash allows donor families and recipient families to be able to share their stories and really inform and educate everybody about the importance of organ donation.
Every day is an opportunity to do something new and to be able to seek the unknown and just hopefully be a positive light in other people's lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, please help me welcome to the stage Thomas, his mom Gigi, and his dad Jim. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. It really is incredible to see how your life has changed over these past 2 decades plus. And I'm gonna step away from the mic and give you the opportunity to address this crowd.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I just wanted to say thank you for everybody being here this morning on this beautiful Sunday morning. Video kind of explains itself, but I've been able to go to college and play baseball in college, and now I'm kind of living the normal adult life, which I'm very blessed, and I'm very blessed to be here. Just making memories. That's my favorite thing with my friends and family. I love so much. The last thing I just wanted to say was thank you to the donor families and living donors for pretty much giving me the greatest gift of life. So thank you. Thank you.
They asked me if I wanted to say something, and people that know me know I love to talk, so absolutely. I am Thomas's mom, and here with my husband, Jim. And as parents of a child born with heart problems, I remember the doctors telling us that with the way his heart defects were, we probably wouldn't see him celebrate his first birthday. But thank you to our donor family, we did get to. We didn't know if we would be able to see high school graduations, college graduations, playing college baseball, doing all those things, spending time with his brother. But thanks to our donor family, we did get to do that. We don't know our donor family, but there's not a day that goes by that we are not forever grateful and thankful for giving us 25 plus years of incredible memories with Thomas. So because we don't know them, I just want to say to all of you living donors and donor families, thank you. Can't imagine what you guys go through in the midst of, in some cases, unimaginable tragedy to say, you know what? I want to help somebody else. So thank you. We're forever grateful. You are truly our heroes. God bless.
Thank you guys so much for those messages. And we have a special surprise today. Please help me welcome to the stage from Children's Colorado, Dr. David Campbell, Thomas's surgeon, and Shelly Mason, Thomas's transplant coordinator, who were a part of his medical team 25 years ago today. As you know, it takes a whole team to make this happen. And we're so grateful that we could have this reunion 25 years later. Thank you guys for being here. Thomas, by the way, is going to throw out the first pitch at the Rockies game tomorrow. And I hear, that depending upon how it goes, Bud Black's going to be standing there with a contract because we all know the Rockies could use the help. So, Thomas, good luck tomorrow, and thank you for being here. Now, if you would, please help me welcome back to the stage Jennifer Prince.
Now, I'll say that we also get to be there as they throw out that first pitch tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure they won't be offering a contract to any of the executive team from Donor Alliance, so we're waiting on that executive team, the contract to go to that young man right there, and we're going to be pulling for him. So it's pretty amazing to get to see the team from Children's Hospital that also had a part in saving that young man's life. So touching story, and for us to all be a part of it today. So thank you all for sharing that. Wow, that's very, very special. We don't always get a chance to be a part of that. I'm going to ask, I know the team from Donor Alliance is over here, and we have many volunteers who are helping to get the ribbons out. And I have a few words to say, but I do, if you're sitting in the audience and you don't have a ribbon that looks something like these, the team from Donor Alliance is going to start to hand those out from over here. If you are a donor family member, you'll be looking for blue. If you are a supporter, you'll be looking for a white ribbon, and if you're light blue, you'll be looking for a living donor. You'll be looking for a light blue. Yellow, it will be somebody who's waiting on a transplant, and recipients will be looking for green. So they're going to start to hand those out. Those are going to be a part of the program here in a moment. So while I say a few other words, just be looking for those to come your way. Also, you may have noticed that over the last year that Donor Alliance launched our new brand. And I said in my opening remarks that we talked a lot about Rocky Mountain Strong. And you saw around the race course and out in the race venue today the earthy palette of that Rocky Mountain Strong brand. It's also on our website and throughout the event venue again. And this represents our Colorado and Wyoming communities that we serve, and connecting all of us, grounding us in the trust that comes along with organ, eye, and tissue donation and transplantation. We also updated our logo, and you see our new logo on the sign here, bottom right and bottom left here to the stage. This is working on conveying continuity, connection, and that timeless humanity that organ, eye, and tissue donation brings to all of us. And Donor Alliance is certainly the connector that bridges hope from one life to the next, as we remind all that of what we share together through this process and the difference that we all make in our community together. So this is a time when we have the opportunity to utilize our colorful ribbons, and that's why we're out passing those out with our volunteers. Thank you. And again, if you don't have yours, be looking for the people who are walking around out in the crowd. I've been asking you a couple of times to come a little closer to the stage. Thank you to those that have chairs up here already. If you're in the very back, if you can keep coming a little closer, this will be great. All of these colors hold the significance that are in our logo that I've been talking about, and all of the people throughout our community. The blue, green, and yellow in the Donor Alliance logo represent the sky and the earth and the sun that I've been talking about, and that tremendous circle of life that brings us all together. It's also an ode to the past and the beacon for that bright future that we all bring. So as I introduce each one of these ribbon colors again, I'm going to ask you to please stand, and I'm going to ask you to wave that ribbon. And as we are standing, this will show us that Rocky Mountain Strong and where we all are in the community together. So in terms of the white ribbon, so those of you that have the white ribbons, if you can start to swing those in the air. If you can look around, those with the white ribbons, these are our supporters. These are our dedicated partners, our hospital staff, DMV staff, the sponsors, exhibitors, and those advocates for our mission. Thank you for waving those proudly. White represents peace and respect and protection, and it represents those who provide a calming comfort to those in need. Thank you very much to all of those supporters. We have the light blue folks. Can you raise those proudly? These are for the courageous living donors that are here today. Thank you to all those living donors. Light blue signifies health and healing, tranquility, and understanding. Yellow, where are the yellow ribbons? These represent those people among our community who are waiting for a life-saving and healing transplant. Transplant candidates, thank you for waving those proudly. Yellow, sunshine. It enhances that feeling of optimism and a brighter future, and we hold that hope that you will be receiving that life-saving and healing transplant. Green. Green, can you wave those proudly? These are recipients and their families who are here today honoring and celebrating the gift of life that they have received. As you experience that second chance at life, the green symbolizes growth and that new beginning. And blue, if you can raise these the blue ribbons, our donor families who are here with us today, honoring the lives and memories of your loved ones who were organ, eye, and tissue donors. Blue's that primary color. It's sacred. It's dear. It represents a love that is deep as the ocean and as vast as this beautiful blue sky that we see today. Now, if we can raise them all together, raise them proudly together. Thank you very much. Our community, right? That Rocky Mountain Strong community, all of them together. It's a beautiful thing to be able to see up here. Thank you very much. This 25-year anniversary, to be able to honor and celebrate this Donor Dash has been so meaningful to me personally and to our Donor Alliance team, and the way that these colors unite our community is something special. And I can't think of a better way to mark this special moment than to invite our 5280 a cappella group to the stage to help me, if you all don't mind. Thank you. And if you remember, some of you have been here before with us, Michelle. There we go. Michelle has a very special connection in that her sister is a heart recipient and is celebrating her 12th year, right? 12 years with a transplant, which is pretty amazing. And today, the 5280 a cappella group is going to perform their version of a song that exemplifies that Rocky Mountain Strong for us. And I'm going to ask you to stay standing and keep your ribbons. I've got mine right here. And as they get ready, I'm going to ask you to join me in a moment of silence as we recognize all of us in our special connection to organ, eye, and tissue donation and transplantation. If you'll join me in a moment of silence as we recognize our special connection, and as the 5280 a cappella group begins their special song, maybe we can raise and wave these ribbons together and celebrate our 25th anniversary. So if you can join me in a moment of silence first. Thank you.
Here we are, once again, stronger now than we have ever been. Hand in hand, heart to heart, now we made it through the hardest part. We had to break it all down to build it back up. Count on each other when times got rough. How we survive going through so much. We know donor families know the meaning of love. Here we are, all in one, looking back to see how far we've come. We shared it all, you and I, strong together after all this time. We had to break it all down to build it back up. Count on each other when times got rough. How'd we survive going through so much? We know donor families know the meaning of love.
Aquí estamos otra vez más, más fuerte que nunca. Mano a mano, corazón a corazón, hemos pasado por el parte más difícil.
We had to break it all down to build it back up. Count on each other when times got rough. How we survived going through so much. We know donor families know the meaning of love. Here we are.
Come on, guys.
All in one. Looking back to see how far we've come. Shared it all. You and I, strong together after all this time. Strong together after all this time. Here we are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for 5280 a cappella. My daughter's been trying to sneak on stage all morning, so I figured I would just bring her up here to say thank you. I think it's appropriate. You know, I feel like the Donor Alliance and the Donor Dash, it's all one big family, right? And we're all here to celebrate family. And you may have heard me say earlier, part of the reason why I enjoy being a part of this event is because my father-in-law was on the heart transplant list for a long time before he passed away. And so today is a way to honor and celebrate and recognize him and every other person who has been touched by organ donation and transplantation. So thank you so much for coming out today. Thank you for helping us celebrate 25 years of the Donor Dash. Let's give a big round of applause to the Donor Alliance, everybody who works there, all the volunteers who helped put on today's event. And thank you again to you for being a part of today's event and for making it so, so special. Thank you so very much for being here. We look forward to seeing you again next year.